Well, Mark Pattison is a personal trainer and the founder of his business, Hark Hydro Greens. And he's with us here just now. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So what is it that you're doing at the moment with your business?
So right now we're providing for certain restaurants, like the more high-end restaurants, some mom and pop restaurants, and we have just entered into our local farmers market. So it's really at the startup phase of our business.
Yeah. And why are you starting it?
So I'm starting this because I was inspired by how farming is done currently,
Yeah.
and I stumbled upon. First off, I'm very interested in doing things very efficiently, right?
Yeah.
Like I like to work out efficiently, and I like to eat efficiently as well. And one thing you can't avoid when you're trying to like maximize your health is vegetables, right? And I hate vegetables.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people are the same way.
Yeah.
So I stumbled upon microgreens, and it's the baby version of like the full-grown plant. But all the nutrients I found that's in the full-grown plant is in the first true leaf that comes out, and that's called a microgreen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why spend months growing the full vegetable when you can get all the nutrients in that small amount, right? So I started digging into farming, and I stumbled across vertical farming, and then my mind just likes to go to like what's the like best of the best for anything, right? So
Yeah.
I found vertical farming and hydroponics and aquaponics, and I'm currently do this thing called fogponics, and so it's really taking soil out of the equation, right? So there's no risk of E. coli, there's no insects, which I can't stand bugs around me. So I imagine nobody wants bugs around their food, and something we don't think of when we're we're picking vegetables off the shelf.
Yeah. And the fact that you don't have to eat a full vegetable, does it work better for people that don't like vegetables? Because I suppose there's less of it. Are there any other benefits?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like if there's less of it, and plus it's more flavorful,
Yeah.
then you're not spending all this time chewing like on a vegetable for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a way to get it in without having to think about it, with having to have that the majority of your plate. You can, like, if you like meat or something, or you just want to have a smaller meal, then this is a preferable way of doing it, and it looks good on meals. So if you're an at-home chef and you want to take it up a notch and look like you're a fancy high-end chef, and you just sprinkle some microgreens over top of your meat or your eggs, or you look like a professional chef and you can show off to your friends.
Yeah. And why do you think the way that you farm is important?
So the way that we farm, it's again without soil, and soil it's becoming known now that once you go through the life cycle of the soil, you begin to and you go through like a year or a round of crop, you take the nutrients out of the soil, so it becomes deficient of nutrients, so you begin to have to add nutrients to the soil. Also, you're trying to cut the insects from destroying a lot of your crops. So you're spraying the fields with pesticides and herbicides. And what we do, removing soil out of the equation and just getting the nutrients in a like a fertilizer. Like a lot of fertilizers, could be made naturally or organically.
Yeah.
And so if you're starting with exactly what the plant needs, and you just give it what it needs, and then you can maximize everything. We're trying to break it down to a science where because it's time to change something that's been around for hundreds of years, and like we need as many farmers as we can, and this makes it more accessible to the everyday person who wants to, if you just want to grow it for your own use, if you want to grow it and sell it to restaurants. And it's really been kind of a wave of technology, and there's some big names in the industry that are trying to bring it forward, like companies like Goodleaf and Kimball Musk trying to bring it. It's really bring it to the forefront. It's really the future of farming, and I think I'm here trying to take those cutting edge inventions and apply it to my own business. business.
Yeah. And it's interesting because your name is Mark and the business is called Hark Hydro Greens. And people might think that Hark is a typo, but it's not, is it?
It's not. And I've heard that before. Somebody's saying Mark Hydro Greens, or but it's actually its own word. And originally it came from because my fiance is Hannah and my name is Mark. Oh. So we started this the name a long time ago for another endeavor to change the world. But I really like the meaning of the word itself. It's from Shakespeare and it means to listen. Yeah. And really what you're doing as a business or as an individual in the world, right, is you're trying to add value to other people and you're trying to add value to society and help push it forward. So in order to do that, you have to listen, right? Yeah. You have to listen to everything, the earth, right? Yeah. Other people, and then provide from there, right?
Yeah, I guess that's like Hark the Herald, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You're well versed.
Well, where can we find your business everywhere and get some healthy but small vegetables?
You can get our baby greens at harkhydrogreens.com. You can check us out. All our socials are the same. TikTok, we got some funny videos going. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all Hark Hydro Greens, so it's easy to remember. Yeah. Can't forget.
Great. Well, many thanks for joining us here and stay safe and all of that.
I really appreciate the time you took, Toby, and good luck with your future interviews. You're very good.
Thank you.
And I see it going a long way, so I appreciate your time.